Hey, what's up? Lightboltjoe here. Today we are going to discuss Season 1 of Hulu's original series, Love, Victor. I don't have any Love, Victor merch. I obviously have a Love, Simon shirt, which I literally wore in the last video, specifically because of Miles Heiser and Catherine Langefeld being in Love, Simon for 13 Reasons Why. But here we are, I have a Love, Simon shirt. Clearly I'm going to wear it, discussing a Love, Simon spin-off. That's what this is. So, I think my most viewed review is actually my review for Love, Simon back in 2018. I poured my heart and soul into that review, and many people have agreed with what I said. It is a film unlike any other. People always message me all the time asking about Love, Simon stuff, and I just find it interesting because I never read the book. I've just been such a big fan of the movie all these years. It's weird saying all these years, right? I'm so obsessed with this film, I actually have a blue Ferris wheel tattoo specifically for the plot points of Love, Simon. I'm a big Love, Simon fan. I love Simon. So when Disney bought Hulu back in the day and ESPN, they said when Disney Plus comes about, you can buy a bundle. You know, it's $12.99 a month for the bundle, and that Love, Victor was going to be a spin-off of Love, Simon, set in the same universe, set at the same high school, Creekwood High in Atlanta, Georgia, and it was going to be on Disney Plus. So a little while ago, there was an announcement that Love, Victor was going to move to Hulu because of the excessive drinking in the show, and it was not family friendly. And the more I think about it, I understand completely. There is a lot of PG-13 stuff in this 10-episode season that would not bode well on Disney Plus. This is a Hulu show, so I'm totally fine with it. People were crying, "Oh, you're trying to silence the LGBTQ community on Disney Plus," and I was like, "No, it's not what it is. Disney's trying to guard children from drinking and sensuality, sexuality, that type of stuff, in the form of literal physicality, not gender identity, not sexual orientation, but literal physicality. They don't want children seeing, teenagers making out, whether it's male and female, male to male, female to female, it doesn't matter." So I get it. I understand why I went to Hulu. Hulu was going to premiere it on June 19th, but because of Juneteenth and because of all of the protests going around, it did not make sense to logically keep it on June 19th, the emancipation of slavery, the true emancipation of slavery, not when Lincoln made his announcement. So they moved it to Wednesday the 17th. So here I am on Wednesday the 17th, recording this review. This is the prelude. So if you've watched this long, thank you, because I ramble. I apologize. This was an interesting show. I had extremely high expectations for it. I'm very glad Becky Albertelli was involved with this. She was labeled as a consultant. She wrote the original Love, Simon. She was a consultant for the movie Love, Simon. She wrote the book Love, Simon versus the Homo sapien Agenda. That was the book, and then Love, Simon was the movie. So the screenplay writers, male and female, I forget their name, who wrote Love, Simon, did the story for Love, Victor. Becky consulted on it. Michael Cimino plays Victor. Love Michael. Mike is such a... I don't have words aside from praise for this particular 20-something-year-old. He is a gem. He's just so proactive in activism. He is so real when it comes down to just speaking truths, and he's great at horror. The first thing I ever saw him in was Annabelle Comes Home. He did an incredible job as Bob in that. Incredible job. And I love Mason Gooding in this. I love Mason Gooding as an actor, and to come out from his father's footsteps kind of a thing, to come into his own. Most people don't know that he's Cuba Gooding Jr.'s son, and I like that. I like that people don't know that, because he is his own awesome talent. He was just in Booksmart recently. He now plays his character Andrew in this. All the other characters did a great job. Felix, of course, being the best character that there is. What's that actor's name? Anthony Ober? I forget. I like this show. I didn't love it. I liked it. I had high expectations because of how high of a pedestal I put Love, Simon. That there's no movie experience aside from watching a Marvel movie that compares to watching Love, Simon, with people literally yelling, screaming, and cheering of joy when Bram announces himself on the Ferris wheel. Nothing can compete to that aside from watching Avengers Endgame and everybody comes out of the portals. So I expected that high level, right? And this was not that. These are 30-minute episodes. There's 10 episodes. If we're comparing 30-minute, 10-episode shows, right? Netflix's Never Have I Ever was incredible. And that was another teen story, coming of age, finding out what you like, what you want. Very beautiful, diverse cast. This didn't really have that much of a diverse cast. But if I'm comparing Never Have I Ever to Love, Victor, I will, without a doubt, give Never Have I Ever that upper hand. There's literally no competition between the two. That character development, that story was absolutely gorgeous, breathtaking, amazing. And it kind of hurts me to say that because I love Simon so much that I expected the world from Love, Victor, and we didn't get it. We got beautiful, cute moments between Victor and Benji. We got beautiful, cute moments between Victor and Mia and Andrew, and Felix and Lake, and Lake and Kieran, and a whole bunch of other stuff. The relationship Victor had with his sister Pilar was great. Victor's family is this Puerto Rican Colombian family who just moved from Texas. As the story progresses, we find out their mom cheated on the dad's boss with the dad's boss, and then the dad beat up his boss. So because of the affair and because of the physical assault, they had to leave Texas and went to Atlanta, where the dad got a new job. Mom started teaching piano lessons again, but that was a whole thing. They have a younger brother. So then they have the, conservative, homophobic grandparents visit for the birthday and things of that nature. Victor's trying to find himself. He's trying to figure out if he likes girls, if he likes guys, if he likes both girls and guys. And he is direct messaging Simon through all of this. So Nick Robinson is Simon Spear in this. Jennifer Garner and Josh Duhamel have a very quick photo with Simon and Bram in New York City as Simon's parents, right? Which I thought was great. You have Keenan Lonsdale as Bram. Episode 8 was literally Bram and Victor in New York, and Simon was in it for a hot second, but that's why episode 8 was the best, because it had Simon and Bram in it. It had Tommy Dorfman in it as well, the great actor that he is, and it just explaining that being in New York and being with your family of fellow LGBTQ members, it is a family. You are a community. We're all there for each other. So they wanted to help Victor, find his words to help come out, stuff like that. The show was so slow. It was so slow for it to wind up with Benji and Victor getting together at the end. Mia seeing Benji and Victor, making it out of the bench during the spring fling. Her going back to Andrew after they had a little hookup thing over the summer. Yes, it had its back and forth soap opera dramas, but at one point, I'm watching a sub-story of the mom and the daughter, of Victor's mom and sister, Pilar, have a little, mother-daughter moment. And I'm watching it and I'm like, but this has nothing to do with the plot. Like, it made sense for their characters, throughout their little story, but this is Victor's story, Like, I had that mindset that this was going to be Victor's story, because Love, Simon was Simon's story. That was, an hour and 50-minute story of Simon and his friends, right? But I don't know. It was awkward at times watching this, having those subplots of who likes who and who slept with who when, and who beat up who when, and who knows what secret, and I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I obviously wanted to love this way more than I actually do. And it's unfortunate that I don't, because there were a lot of beautiful, truthful moments in this show. Accepting who you are, accepting what you did, accepting what you want to do, etc. Right? Beautiful moments. Episode 8 was gorgeous. Nick Robinson literally giving Mike the jacket, the denim jacket with the fur. That's the Simon mark, right? Adorable. My other big issue, I had a big issue with this. In the first episode, we see Miss Albright, the glorious champion of fighters that she is, that we know and love from the first one, right? The drama teacher who, spills some tea loudly at lunch when those two guys were trying to make fun of, Simon. My brain just stopped for a moment. I apologize. And then she takes their little speaker and she's like, I'm gonna sell this. I'm gonna get my tubes tied. The glorious champion that she is gets promoted to vice principal, right? Because the vice principal gets bitten by a monkey in India, and we see a picture of him literally getting eaten by a monkey. So it's funny, right? And you're like, all right, yeah, more characters we love, more secondary characters that we love are going to come in. And you don't see Miss Albright. You don't see Vice Principal Albright anywhere else in this series. And I'm like, what was the point of showing us this character development of hers, that she went from drama teacher to vice principal, and you ain't going to mention her again? That's just lazy and a disservice to the fans. I don't know. I gotta jump on Twitter. I gotta see what everybody is truly talking about. But this was hard to watch because some parts were just so slow. But I expected a 10 because Love, Simon is a 10, right? I got a 5. And it's unfortunate because everybody did a great job with the material they were given. And I wanted more because the Simon world deserves more. There's a lot of books in the Simonverse series, right? Becky just keeps writing book after book, even though she says she's not going to, but then she keeps doing it, which is great. But Simon is like, I don't know. I can't think of anything. Okay, we're going to use this analogy or metaphor. I keep getting the two confused. Impossible Burgers were mentioned in this for a solid episode, constantly, right? So imagine you're going for an Impossible Burger, which tastes exactly like a beef burger, right? Same consistency, same chew. I am vegan. I can attest to this. Hooters has the best Impossible Burgers out there, no contest, without a doubt. Imagine you want an Impossible Burger because you know you deserve an Impossible Burger because the burger you had last was an Impossible Burger. And then all of a sudden the waiter comes back out and then they say, hey, we only have veggie burgers. Is that okay? And you're like, yeah, that's technically what an Impossible Burger is. It is a veggie burger. And then you're eating it and you realize that the veggie burger is actually made with brown rice and it's made with egg whites as a binding agent. And you're like, yo, this ain't no Impossible Burger, A. B, I'm vegan, can't eat the eggs. C, why are you pulling this off as an equivalent burger? It's not. That was a weird tangent I just did, but you got my point? This show could have been incredible, and it was okay. I'm still going to watch season 2. It was already slated. It's already coming out. Obviously, fans of Love, Simon are watching this, but this show deserved more. And for Never Have I Ever on Netflix being a 10-episode season with 30-minute episodes, being absolutely flawless, there is no excuse why Love, Victor didn't go on par with that level of character development, keeping you on your toes, storytelling that Never Have I Ever did. Obviously, two completely different writers. Mindy Kaling is in a class above her own, but that's the only thing I can really say to that. It's unfortunate. I still like it. I'm not in love with it. I'm not obsessed with it. But my nostalgia of seeing Bram and Simon on the screen doing so well together, going to school in New York City, it just brought a big warm smile on my face, knowing that my beloved boys are doing good. So we'll see. We'll see what season 2 of Love, Victor brings to the table. Again, all the actors and actresses did an incredible job. I just expected more. That's it. Not trying to be a douche. It's just, it is what it is. I say it how I see it. The truth hurts, but it's better than a lie. What did Simon say? It's best to rip the gay Band-Aid off and get it over with. Something like that. That Nick Robinson, he's got away with telling words. Let me say that. Yeah. That's it. I feel like I was going to say something else. I'm sorry. I'm rambling. Mucho mahalo.